What's up, y'all? As you can see, we are on ESPN Fantasy Baseball. Today we're doing a video, the best player at every fantasy baseball position, but there's a kind of a switch. It's based on value. So, obviously, a guy like Mike Trout has been one of the best center fielders in baseball, but he's one of the top 3 picks, whereas you can get a guy who averages close to the same amount of points, maybe like a Kyle Tucker. You can get him later in the draft, so I'm going based off value. I'm also, there's going to be some players that have just been flat out amazing, so they are worth the top pick. Without further ado, let's get into it here. So this is my team, Ayo Bichette, based off Bo Bichette. This is a 12-team league, so there's some good players available, but it's not like you just have all-stars. Rendon was a terrible pick for me. He had a 700 OPS and then got injured for practically the entire year. The pitching's okay. I got some guys on the bench. I'm waiting for Lamet, to come back. So here we go. We'll start off in the players, the free agency tab. Hopefully my Wi-Fi isn't bad. All right, so we'll start off with the top available catchers. And this one is a big one to start off with. So we got to go to availability all. And we look here. They have all these top catchers here. Just kind of based off the ranking system. By far the best catcher by value is Buster Posey. Where was he taken in my draft? He was drafted 214th. And he's an MVP candidate in the National League. He averages the most points here by far. And he was up over 200 picks. So that guy is by far the best value pick you can get. He didn't play 2020. So who would have thought he would have had such a good 2021? If you go to first baseman, all available. It's one pick. It's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's averaging nearly 4 points. He was probably picked in about the 40s, I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. He was drafted 41st by Team Expos. So yeah, he's been the best first baseman in baseball. He's been one of the best hitters in baseball, if not the best. Kind of got to think about Ohtani. He's by far the best value pick and the best first baseman this year. We will move on to second base, and this is another guy that I noticed went to Team Expos. It's Max Muncy. He's averaging 3.2. He's classified as a first base, second base, third base. This guy might be the NL MVP now that Tatis and DeGrom are hurt. Where was he drafted? 104th. So this guy's an MVP candidate that was drafted over like the 100 pick mark. He's some of the names like Marcus Semien, Cronenworth would have been a good pick. Like the overrated pick might have been DJ LeMahieu. He was drafted 31st, and he's not averaging as much as a guy like a Chris Taylor, who's also really underrated. Move on to third base, I guess. Third base has been an interesting position. You see a lot of these guys here, guys like Nolan Arenado, Jose Ramirez, some of the best third basemen in baseball. A guy that's really putting his name in there this year is Rafael Devers. Doesn't average as much as Jose Ramirez, but he was drafted 40th, whereas Ramirez was a top 10 pick. So there we go. Move on to shortstop, and there's kind of only one pick. It's Fernando Tatis Jr. He might not play the rest of the year, which would suck, but you can see he's averaging 3.6, the most for shortstops. Bo Bichette was also a pretty good pick, and Alexander Bogaerts having a really good season. Kind of a career underrated player. We'll move on to 3 outfielders. So many guys to pick. Juan Soto's probably been the best outfielder this year. He was my first overall pick. And then we move on. I think the 3 best value options are Nick Castellanos, averages 3, drafted 71st. Another one of his teammates, Jesse Winker, averages 3.1, drafted 206th, by far one of the best value picks of this year's draft. And then J.D. Martinez, coming off a subpar 2020, he was drafted 105th. He's averaging 2.8. He's available as a DH in that utility slot, also available as an outfielder. For a couple of pitchers, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really make a pitchers list, but going off of this, I would definitely notice guys like Lance Lynn. Where was Lance Lynn picked? He's averaging 16, which is kind of crazy. Drafted 53rd. Corbin Burns had a breakout 2020, but that was like a 1-month breakout, and he's having an amazing year, averaging 17. Walker Buehler is probably like a top 20 pick, but he's just been so good this year. Zach Wheeler is also a really good pick, averaging 17. He was drafted 83rd. Also, Ohtani is just like the pick, the best fantasy baseball player this year. He was drafted 67th, so that just kind of goes to show he was available for 66 picks, and I think he would have been. I think he's gonna be the first overall pick in next year's fantasy baseball leagues. Brandon Woodruff, also a good pick, but I think people knew Brandon Woodruff was good, so he wasn't that low of a pick. So that's kind of it. I mean, utility would be Ohtani for sure. So that's kind of the video. If you guys want to see my standings in my league, I currently sit in second place. I'm 11-5. We got one guy that's 14-2 right now. So that's my league, fantasy baseball league. Those are the best players at every position, value-wise. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to Vancouver for about 10 days, so there might only be 1 or 2 videos sprinkled in within that 10 days, because I'm not really able to pre-record videos. I don't got all the tech like that. So if I want to film a video, I'll have to film it on the road, which we'll see how that works. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for all the support recently. I'm out. Peace.